What's up guys, I'm back like I never left. In this video we're going to be talking about the top stocks to watch for January that can potentially be going higher, and some of the stocks that we're going to talk about in this video, they might have a great potential to recover. Some of them are actually in a great massive dip right now, so we're going to go over exactly what to expect for these companies, and also are we going to have a stock market pullback crash within the next few days, within the next few weeks, specifically for this month. So I'm going to cover all that too, and also we're going to go over some important economic reports we need to watch for tomorrow. So let's get right into the video. Now before we get into the video, I appreciate if you can hit the like button. If you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. So now the first company that we're going to be talking about is going to be Quantumscape. Now on Monday, the stock dropped more than 40% to the downside. And then the CEO came out and tried to explain exactly what could potentially might have happened. He said he's not really, doesn't follow up with this stock. And, they came out after this huge significant drop, and the company released a statement to clarify that the offering that they did was actually, the shares are going to be still on lockdown. So they're not going to be able to offer those shares that they're going to be doing an offering for. So that's really great. So the stock started to recover and it bounced back, started to bounce back. This huge gap over here started to fill it. And today, unfortunately, it was doing very, very well. And we have some massive news, that came out during the middle of the day. There's some political news that came out that really significantly affect the stock market. Later on, we're going to watch a video to look at exactly what happened, how the markets reacted, and also what to expect for the overall stock market. Are we going to have a stock market crash or slight pullback within the next few weeks, because things are really being shaky right now. So in the near future for this company, it might take a while back for it to potentially go make new 52-week highs, but however, it can definitely recover in the short term for a swing trade. If you want to get involved in it, it could potentially be going to $80, potentially filling the gap over here, and you can definitely risk off of in the $60 or the $70 area right around over here if you want to get involved in this specific company, of course. So the other companies that we're going to be talking about are all related to Bitcoin. You see, Bitcoin is getting closer to $40,000. At this moment, Bitcoin is at $37,214. So we covered the majority of the major hot Bitcoin stocks we need to be watching out for since last week. So the first one that we're going to be talking about is going to be ticker symbol MARA. Now, this company had a really phenomenal dip over here all the way to $10. Now, we were talking about it. Now, as you can see, we're expecting or anticipating that it's going to potentially be breaking out, making a new 52-week high. So that's exactly what happened today. It's up 24.8%. So that's really great. Also, if you want to get involved in it right now, if Bitcoin continues to go higher and higher, these companies are not going to be stopping anytime soon. So the other company also we need to be watching out for that I covered in the past multiple videos is going to be ticker symbol CAN. As you can see, we're talking about it right around over here where it had this huge massive dip to below $4. Right now it's sitting at close to the 52-week highs of around $8.69. It's having a slight dip over here. Bitcoin keeps going higher and higher, and these stocks could potentially be going and making a new 52-week high pretty soon. So definitely keep an eye on this company. And the other massive big cap company that we talked about also that's making very big moves is going to be MSTR. We talked about it over here, right around over here below when it was like $350. Now it's sitting at $480. So as you can see over here, and after hours it's trading at $520. So this is a very solid Bitcoin company. We're talking about it that could potentially be making new 50-week high and may have a massive continuation if Bitcoin price continues to rise. And these companies are going to be the ones that are going to be benefiting a lot, so they could potentially be going even higher. So the other last company is going to be a penny stock. Now this one is also, it's having a slight pullback over here. We can anticipate, since Bitcoin prices are doing pretty well, there's a mining company, so this can potentially be making new 52-week high in the near future going to $4. So definitely keep all these 5 stocks in your watch list. We got CAN, AMRA, and also HUTMF is OTC, and MSTR. So these are my top Bitcoin stocks, and they're performing very well since the last few weeks, since we started talking about it. So now let's talk about what could potentially happen for the overall stock market. So there's been a lot of political news that'll be coming out. I'm not going to go in detail about it, but we're going to be watching a video exactly what happened, how the markets reacted to it, and what we can expect for this entire scenario, how it's going to be unfolding. So we're going to check out this video, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to go over exactly what are some important economic reports we need to be watching out for tomorrow.
All right, thanks so much, Shep. And these extraordinary events that we've been watching unfold for the past few hours, Mike, serve as a real, real backdrop for the markets movement. Makes the moves today even that much more extraordinary, considering how well the markets held up. Yes, the S&P 500 finished off its highs by about 40 points, but still relatively strong going into the close.
Yes, they held up relatively well. Certainly did take some air out of that rally. And of course, the basis of that rally, at least the near-term catalyst overnight, was simply the market deciding that it had figured out the complexion of the new government that we were transitioning to, which would be Democratic control of the Senate. The inference was that it would be kind of some economically friendly policies, more stimulus. So that's the way the market started to reprice itself all day. Over the last couple of hours, I think you did see traders given some pause about the events in Washington. And so things backed off a bit, and you did see, in fact, people getting a little bit higher expectations for potential volatility in the near term.
Yeah, volatility was the headline in the afternoon. We saw that VIX spike about 16%, finishing the day on the day still lower, but it did creep higher towards the end. And you got to wonder, as we look to tomorrow, Mike, for some of the clues, and some of the clues may lie in the bond market. We didn't see the 10-year yield give up that 1% level, which we had not seen since March. We saw it back off a little bit from the highs, but not too much of a bid for the traditional safety plays that you would think could have unfolded in today's session.
Right. There was not a wholesale rethinking of the basis of what was going on in markets. It's always a question as to whether really the market has already carried far enough in this direction to account for some of the economic improvement we've all been waiting for. And so maybe this creates an excuse for some people to back off and say maybe it's enough for now. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. But there was nothing specific. And I think this is something that's sometimes hard to really focus on. You know, the market is pretty much cut to the chase. I mean, what does this ultimately mean for corporate earnings, the credit markets, the Fed, the path of the economy? And it didn't see too much in a lot of the unsettling footage today or anything to really unwind a lot of their expectations.
I mean, if there is something that the markets have proven to be really good at, Mike, it's proven itself in the past year to be really good at looking forward. Yeah. And we saw this play out when riots gripped the country in multiple major cities and small cities across America over the summer, over Black Lives Matter and protests over social inequality. And the markets largely looked past that. And here we are sort of in the same situation where the markets are just digesting what the blue wave means. They sent solar stocks up. They sent infrastructure plays higher. We had the yield curve steepen. We had banks really finish the day strong. The KRE Bank Index still managed the day with an 8% gain. So really some still extraordinary moves, even though we saw the markets lose steam here. I did want to bring your attention here to another statement from a CEO, David Solomon of Goldman Sachs, sending in to our Steve Leisman. This is his statement. For years, our democracy has built a reservoir of goodwill around the world that brings important benefits for our citizens. Recently, we have squandered that goodwill at a rapid pace, and today's attack on the U.S. Capitol does further damage. It's time for all Americans to come together and move forward with a peaceful transition of power. We have to begin reinvesting in our democracy and rebuilding the institutions that have made America an exceptional nation. And, of course, he joins the ranks of Michael Corbat over at Citi, as well as Jamie Dimon over at J.P. Morgan Chase, in condemning what has gone on this afternoon, the extraordinary events this afternoon in our nation's capital.
As you saw from the video, the stock market actually held pretty good, even though there was a lot of negative news that was coming out that was quite shocking. But I think the stock market is not going to be able to, go down significantly to the downside. We might experience this kind of volatility in January, so just be on the lookout for that. But tomorrow we have some other important economic reports that could potentially affect the stock market. So we have at 8:30 a.m. we got the initial jobless claims, continuous jobless claims, the trade deficit, and we have several Fed presidents, the Philadelphia Fed president and the Richmond Fed president, the ISM Service Index, and the St. Louis Fed president, James Bernard, is going to be speaking. So all these times that this is going to be happening is going to be between 8:30 a.m. till noon. So there's a lot of events, there's a lot of news that's coming out tomorrow throughout the market open. So be on the lookout for that. So that might significantly affect the stock market, especially the jobless claims number. So if you have any questions, any comments, make sure to drop in the comment section below. If you want to get all free stocks and join free Discord, links available in the description box. But I catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Let's get it. Have a wonderful day.